Yo, what is going on, guys? So, on today's episode, we have an absolutely hilarious one for you here today titled Thailand, where white losers that can't get laid go. And it's a video by this woman right here. So, for some context, before we jump into the video, this woman right here, she is an OF creator. So, she sells spicy things of herself online for money. And she is not happy because men are going to Thailand, right? And she is no longer getting the attention. So she literally says, where white losers that can't get laid go. So I'm going to let the video speak for itself. We're going to comment a bit on it. But don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. So let's jump right into it.
Hi guys, my name is Bella. Welcome back to my channel. I found this absolutely breathtaking spot to film this very deep video for you guys, because as you guys can see, I'm traveling right now. You know, I'm not in my room anymore. This is not my room, okay? I'm traveling right now through Southeast Asia, and I have witnessed something really sad in Thailand when I was traveling around there, and I want to talk about it in this video. And
something you're going to notice is that in videos like these, there's always lots of shaming language directed towards the men, right? Because anytime we have men doing something that women don't like, you can't just outright disagree with it logically, right? The first thing you have to do is you just have to try and shame the guys. So notice how we're already getting there. She's saying that it's something that she's seen and it's very sad. You know, we're setting the tone here that the men are shameful, right? They're just losers.
The thing that really, blew my mind is the amount of pathetic losers, probably a lot of those that watch my channel as well, that cannot get a girl in their country. They are pee deprived. They are virgins most likely. They come to these countries, they literally travel all across the world, because it's mostly Europeans and Americans that do this. So they literally have to travel around the world, pay crazy amount of money, and then pay some more here to get some of these girls.
So let's stop it right here. Number one, she called her own audience losers, right? So she literally says, hey, listen, guys, this is what a lot of these men are doing. They're coming to Thailand. They're seeing these women from these countries. And they're complete losers. And she also goes on to say that I bet many of the people who are watching my video, as in hers, are the exact same. And I have to say, guys, this is how women view men who simp for them, who give them something for nothing, right? And a lot of guys have woken up to this. This is why a lot of men are not giving away free resources. They're not giving away free validation. Hell, a lot of men aren't even helping women these days, because we get treated like crap for doing it. This is something that I've said on the channel quite a few times.
So they don't feel like a loser anymore, because I have noticed that especially the guys that feel really like a loser in their own country, so in Europe or in the USA, they, all the women are kind of stepping all over them, and they want to prove to themselves, that they can get a girl, that they are this kind of big alpha guy, which they are not, obviously, but they come here to play this kind of
Why is it that, according to a lot of women these days, being a real man or being someone who's not a loser is apparently your ability to get women, right? What happened to modesty? What happened to, not going out and doing all of these degenerate things? Do men have to... So I'm confused. Are you telling me that men have to achieve a high body count in order to be not considered a loser, or to be considered, for example, a good man? Whatever happened to the days of assessing someone's character and morals, rather than how many people he had in his bedroom? Okay, this is something I see more and more these days, guys, where people are trying to, equate their value with how many random people they've got in their bed. You know, and I mean, listen, if you want to catch some sort of disease, if you want to get robbed or be likely to catch a court case at some point, I mean, hey, knock yourself out. Yes, you see what I'm saying? But it's also very funny to hear it come from a woman as well, because I don't think she realizes that this is bad news for women. If you start advocating stuff like this to men, this line of thought to dudes, I mean, this is what ends up, you know, you living a life of loneliness. You see what I'm saying? So be very careful. This is not empowering for women. Women who go down this line of thought, I mean, good luck to you.
Circus. They come here, they get one of these super, I don't know the name to call them, but let's just call them soft, okay? It's not a bad thing, right? So I'm not like judgy, right? Like I do not support this kind of tourism, but by the way, guys, subscribe to my OF. The link is in the description. But yeah, what was I about to say? They get this kind of women who are very obviously getting paid to treat the men as if they're some sort of alphas, which they're obviously not. But you know, like imagine like you're so desperate that you have to pay so much money to get a girl to treat you like an alpha. Like,
I'm confused, right? If these men are losers and pathetic and they have to pay all of this money, which again, I'm pretty sure that, you know, a lot of these women who do these sorts of services over in Thailand, I'm going to assume they're quite cheap. In fact, I would assume they're far cheaper than having oftentimes a Western girlfriend or a Western wife. So, very interesting. Also, if they're such pathetic and losers and they're not, I hate this word alpha, man. We throw around this word alpha, right? But if these guys are so terrible, then my question is, why would you care, right? Why would you make a video about it? Because it seems to me whenever women make videos like this, they're just frustrated because the attention is going somewhere else. The resources are going somewhere else. You see, it doesn't really matter what the activity is. For example, I did a video a couple of days ago, depending on when this one releases, and it was on video games, and modern women were having a real issue with men playing video games. And I made the point in that video, it's not so much about the video games that women are frustrated about, it's just the fact that the attention, resources, etc. are going away from them. Okay, this woman probably got rejected by some dude in Thailand. This woman right here is the type of woman to go to Thailand, and then all of the dudes are just looking at the Thai women instead of her, and so she gets mad about it and makes this video. I find that, man, I find that to be very damn funny. But let's continue.
you know, like it's just ridiculous to me, like, and I've seen it with my own eyes. So I was walking around in Thailand, in Phuket, and Phuket is kind of like, I would not say that Phuket is that much into it. Like Pattaya is an area that is, you know, more involved in this kind of tourism. But I saw it in Phuket and it was crazy. Like these guys actually, I saw one guy, he looked like, you know, like a guy that watches my channel, like absolute loser, miserable, desperate for girls, you know.
Again, she's talking about her own audience here, right? I don't know, man, but if you grow an audience, I don't understand what the point is in insulting them, especially if it's not constructive. You see what I'm saying? But she just doesn't like the people who follow her channel. She doesn't respect the men who consume her sorts of content. Which, I don't know, if you're making content for people, it's probably best that you actually like the people. You see what I'm saying? Like, guys, this kind of content that I make on the internet, you ever notice how it makes all of the crazy and annoying people super mad? That works great for me because I don't like the crazy and annoying people. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't make content for people that I don't think that I would like, right? Because I speak my thoughts. So the people who watch this channel, they kind of share my general thoughts. Oftentimes they'll disagree with it. That's totally fine. You know, nobody has to agree with everything I say, but at least I'm not cultivating an area where I dislike everybody, right? I'm cultivating similar people who have the similar opinions that I do. But oftentimes these women, they don't like their audiences, man. They don't like you. And I'm referring to the people who are followers of this particular woman, right? If you're subscribed to these girls' OF accounts, If you're following them on social media, man, just understand they don't give a damn about you. And if you're fine with that, I mean, I think you have no self-respect. But, you know, why would you follow someone who has no even general respect for the type of person that you might be? It makes no sense to me, man.
And I saw him in the shop with this Thai woman who was, by the way, quite beautiful. And he was even like trying to get her drunk. Like he was getting so much booze from there and everything. So like not only do you have to travel to another country to get a woman, to get some action finally after being, you know, pay free for a couple of years in your own country.
Again, making fun of men for not getting intimacy. I mean, so what, if we follow this road of logic, should dudes just be going around trying to get a whole bunch of women? I mean, that's going to work out real bad for the women, but hey, have fun with that. Also, maybe he was getting all of the alcohol for himself, or maybe the woman also wanted it, I don't know. Again, this just sounds like bitter talk. It sounds to me like she's been rejected by these dudes. I think a lot of these men who go to these countries are probably overlooking women like this. They're probably more inclined to talk to the nice, feminine, local Thai women. That's what I think.
Not only that, but also you have to get her drunk. Because, you know, I think if she sees your small pee-pee down there, like she's just gonna, if she wasn't drunk, she would just like laugh at you and run away too, you know. So yes, guys, this is my experience, what's been happening here, and I see it like a lot here. And yes, I'm not trying to say like, yes, some guys, the Southeast Asian girls are their type, but like you really are so desperate still to go to another country, travel like, you know, across the globe, because you cannot score one in your own.
I'll say this for a second, okay? I'm sure many dudes are particularly attracted to Thai women. I'm sure many dudes out there have a type, and that type is Thai women. But I think, in general, these men are going to this country not because they have a type for Thai women or women of a particular ethnicity, but they just don't particularly... The women in their countries are oftentimes unpleasant, right? Dudes go... I said this earlier on in the video, but dudes oftentimes go to these countries to avoid women like this, right? To avoid the masculine women, the passive-aggressive ones, the ones who are always just looking for something to bicker about, who don't appreciate you, who have no gratitude and things like this. Men are going where they're appreciated, okay? And a lot of these guys understand this, okay? They understand the game. They're only being appreciated for one thing, fine, right? At least the women over there, it seems, are honest about it, right? This woman is... Man, it's just dudes are going where they're appreciated, and they go to the women who are more pleasant. Now, it's not really my problem if that's not you. That sounds like a you problem. But I don't think it has a lot to do with the type that men have. Men just want to be around feminine women. I'm sure there are dudes who go there, who those women are their particular type, but I think in general, these men are going to this country because that's where they're appreciated for what they actually bring. You see?
You know? It's kind of sad, right? So, yeah, I mean, like, and a lot of guys, I have been actually watching some documentaries about this on YouTube, and because I was interested to know, like, what other people have to say about it, and I found out that a lot of these guys, they really are, like, they admit that they are very lonely in their country. They cannot get any girl, they cannot get any action, they cannot, you know, they just don't feel like men there. And yes, like, I've been talking about it in a lot of my videos that the femininity and masculinity roles are kind of like flipped around in the Western countries. But still, you know, like, it's really sad that, you know.
I mean, here's my question. She even says it herself, right? The roles have been flipped around in a lot of these Western countries. Women are more masculine, men are more feminine. So my question is this, okay? Why would a man go out here in a Western country and deliberately try and date and court a masculine woman? That sounds very unpleasant, okay? Might surprise this woman to know but a lot of men we're heterosexual for the most part. And dudes who are heterosexual don't really want to date masculine women. You see, the men are dating women because they're feminine. And if there are no feminine women in the area, then what these guys are going to do is they are going to leave. Also, let's run with her point here. Let's assume that all of the men who are going to this country are going because they can't get action, as it were, in their own country. Let's run with that. Let's assume that 100% of the dudes who are going there because they can't get action in their own country. What is the problem? Okay, are we just going to run around shaming dudes because they can't get bedroom action? I mean, what's the point of that? Like really, truly, what is the point of that? Because if you're going to sit here and you're going to shame dudes for this, so what am I supposed to do now? Am I supposed to go out there and become a player and have a whole bunch of women? Then the women cry and complain about that. You see what I'm saying? It's like no matter what the dudes do, they can't win. And this is part of what it means to deal with these Western women a lot of the times, isn't it? You can't play the game and win. So what are dudes doing? They are choosing to leave the game and they are choosing to go somewhere else. And I don't blame the men for doing this, man. I really don't. This is something that I've mentioned on the channel. A lot of people think I'm joking, but I've said this many times. Dudes are quite literally uprooting themselves, right? Lifting themselves out of the area that they grew up in or their particular hometown, whatever the case may be. And they're just leaving, man. They're leaving the country. They don't want to be taxed a ridiculous amount of money. And then, the society treats them like crap. None of the money that they seem to pay goes towards their infrastructure, right? All of the institutions are radically womanized. I mean, they're just going to go somewhere else. And I don't blame them. I truly do not.
Some losers, a lot of them that can afford it, of course, travel to these countries just to prove to themselves that they're not that much of a loser. Excuse me, but you are, you are an absolute loser, desperate.
Okay, so what does that make you then? Right? It seems to me like you are traveling by yourself. I mean, show me your marriage, for example. If we're going to start shaming people for the amount of action they get, then surely I'm allowed to shame women for the lack of commitment that they get, right? Which, again, I think is completely fair game. So, hey, maybe I'm being hypocritical, guys, But if we're going to go down this road of shaming dudes who can't get bedroom action, I think it's certainly within the fair realm to shame women who can't get commitment from men. I think that's totally fine, right? So you're traveling alone by yourself, you're concerned about the behaviors of dudes, and yet you can't even lock one down. I think I'm beginning to see the problem here. I think I'm beginning to see the issue.
And yeah, I mean, I see it in these guys' eyes, and I see those guys, you look at them and you can see that they're losers. I have actually trained myself really well. When I look at a guy, I can tell. I can tell his size, and I can tell how confident he is. I can tell how much of an alpha, beta, whatever he is, how much of a loser blood he has. So a lot of them have this blood here. Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public. So make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode.
A lot of loser blood in here. So, yeah. Not a good side, not a good side. Just kidding. I'm enjoying these losers. I think that you all should just go back to your countries and worship the women there instead of trying to prove to yourselves that you are someone who you're not.
On behalf of these men, I'm probably just going to have to decline. So this woman is saying that these men should go back to their original countries to worship the women in their original countries. Let me tell you this, a lot of the men who are going to Thailand and things like this, they are traveling from Western countries. And let me just put it politely, no way in hell are the women from their countries oftentimes worth any sort of worship. Worship is such a critical word to be throwing around, man. I don't think people in general are worthy of worship. I don't care if you're a man. I don't care if you're a woman. Worship is probably a word that's reserved for something above yourself. You see what I'm saying? So this is more of a divine, dare I say, religious term. I don't think you should be going around here worshipping humans, not least of which are Western women. So yeah, this woman's mad about it, man. She's just annoyed, right? Because the dudes aren't, quote unquote, worshipping her. And that's really the crux of the issue here is women these days, a lot of them anyway, they don't like it when the attention, the validation, and the resources go somewhere else. That's the real problem. They don't care about the men. They don't care about the dudes who, I mean, she's made it very clear, right? She doesn't care about the dudes who sign up to her OF or who watch her video or anything like this. She doesn't give a damn about these dudes. She's made this very, very clear. What really bothers the women is things that benefit them not going directly to them. That's the real problem. They don't like seeing, for example, this is the type of woman right here who, if she saw a guy that she liked and that man went on to have a successful relationship, she would be very annoyed. She would probably try and sabotage the relationship and things like this. This is why oftentimes women will try and sabotage each other's relationships because, man, I swear to you, sometimes they just don't want to see each other happy, or they're trying to get whatever it is that they want from that particular man. It's really sad stuff, man. People who can't stand to see other people being happy, it's a truly an enigma to me, right? Why would you not be happy that other people are having a good time? If it's not hurting anybody, it's, just quit crying about it at the end of the day.
Here, right? So, just accept that you're a loser. It's so much easier and cheaper for you to do it, I think some guys, they just can't accept that, right? Like, they just travel to these countries.
Just by the way, worshipping, quote unquote, a Western woman, I can pretty much guarantee you this, is not going to be cheaper than seeing Thai women. Okay? Like, yeah, let me just go spend a crap ton of money on whatever miscellaneous things a Western woman wants. She'll probably want a house. She'll want you to have a 6-figure job. I mean, she'll want gifts and anniversary presents and blah, blah, blah. All of this crap, right? The list goes on and on. You got to look after her, pay the bills, blah, blah, blah. I can guarantee you a Thai woman is probably a lot cheaper than this, and she will actually appreciate the monetary value that you put into the relationship. I would assume a lot more than a Western woman.
And they're like, no, I'm not a loser. I'm not a loser. See, I can get all these Thai girls. I'm not a loser. Definitely, trust me, But then they get back into their countries and they're looking at the woman there, like, from down up. Like, oh, please, goddess, don't destroy me. Okay, guys. There's a lot of wind, a lot of change in light. So yeah, but we're outside in the nature. I hope you guys can hear me despite the wind. Oh my god. And look at my hair, guys. It has a little bit like pink stuff in it. I think it's just so cute.
Yeah, I'm not going to comment on this woman's physical appearance because I will get banned. Just by the way, guys, notice how, we can go out here, make a video like this, call dudes losers, insult them, absolutely everything. I guarantee you, man, if I started throwing around some words, I'd be banned off of this damn platform real damn quick.
Cute. Had it done here. But yeah, like, in general, it's a beautiful country. Thailand is a beautiful country. Amazing beaches, amazing beaches. Okay, so, yeah. And a lot of good food. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my god, I have to show you this.
Right, I'm gonna mute this while she moves the camera for a second. But do you guys ever notice how, like, these women, they don't understand how actually derogatory they're being to other women, by the way? And you see what I'm saying? Like, I swear to you, the ideology that they push and the ideas that they push for men to have, and here's what you need to do as a man. If men actually followed through on those particular things, I guarantee you, the women would be twice as unhappy. But what is she yelling about here? What is this?
Get out of here, that was so fucking creepy.
What was it? Is she going to say it was a dude or something?
I have to show you this. I have to show you this. Look at that. Do you see that? Oh my god. Oh my god. It's just a fucking big ass lizard.
A lizard. We're scared of it. There's a big lizard. I'm so scared. Oh my goodness. She's running away from a lizard. This can't be real, man.
Seen them here. Oh my god. Okay, I think I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here. That was so fucking creepy.
I thought she was going to make it about some dude watching her recording herself and saying that he was creepy. That's normally what happens in a lot of these videos, man. Like, women will set up their little tripods and their cameras and crap. And man, I never want to be caught in one of these things. You know, women oftentimes, they bring their like tripods and things to the gym and whatever, and they'll catch people in the background. And, you know, dudes will actively avoid this crap. I know I certainly do. So I thought it was going to be like another, oh, look at the creepy man looking at me type of thing. But there's a lizard, apparently. Terrified of a lizard.
Okay. Oh, did you guys see him? It was a lizard, and it was so big. I have heard they are here, but I have actually not seen them in here. This is like the first one I saw. But that was big. Okay, I don't actually swear, but that was big, dude.
All right, stop calling me dude. We're going to end the video here. This one's just raving about a lizard now. Yeah, but apparently, so Thailand, where white losers that can't get laid like to go, apparently. So we're going to be calling today's episode there, guys. Remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. If you're interested in getting videos that are no longer available on YouTube, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals if you're interested in supporting the channel. And guys, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.